In the early hours of the week, a completely secret FBI raid led to a chilling discovery beneath the Beverly Hills mansion of Janice Combs, the biological mother of Sean Diddy Combs. What made the federal agents freeze wasn't drugs or weapons, but something far more disturbing: a cache of files listing underage artists, secret party invitations, manipulative email exchanges, and several highly encrypted hard drives. Initially believed to be a financial investigation, the case took a dark turn when agents uncovered a hidden passage behind the library wall. A slight crack and gap between bookshelves revealing an unregistered elevator not found in the 2006 blueprints filed with Los Angeles City Records. The elevator led to a concealed underground bunker sealed by a 20 centimeters thick steel door with biometric locks. Shockingly, the fingerprints that opened the door did not match any known members of the Combs family. Inside, the room was split into 3 zones: document storage, digital equipment, and high-security lockers. In the document area, agents found at least 9 color-coded folders, many labeled "Private, Do Not Remove." One thick binder, nearly 400 pages long, listed over 70 young artists aged 12 to 14. Each entry included photos, bios, school records, and guardian details, often missing or scratched out. An FBI investigator remarked, "These aren't talent profiles, they look more like a menu." More disturbing were over 30 sealed invitations to secret gatherings found in a modular safe, marked only with dates, times, QR codes, and cryptic names like Night of Discovery, Internal Casting, and the Party of Light. Some carried the verified logo of the Hope AR Foundation, a nonprofit publicly known as a youth art incubator that Diddy had referenced in several interviews. The moment the investigation was elevated to a national security concern came when agents found printed emails tied to an address linked to Diddy's alias, merlove202028@gmail.com. One dated March 16, 2023, read, "Pick 3. Make sure they're obedient and not resistant." The newer ones are easier to manage. Don't pick anyone with family accompaniment. I'll send the gift. The recipient, encrypted as SB, was traced via IP to Pulsine Entertainment, a media company where Diddy had invested tens of millions, from the Digital Zone. Agents seized 4 BitLocker encrypted SSDs and 3 USBs, one labeled Panic. A preliminary scan of one USB revealed over 700 video files in .ov and .mkv formats, most stripped of metadata. An FBI tech analyst stated, "The content is deeply disturbing. I can't describe it due to its sensitive nature, but it is enough to initiate prosecution for child exploitation." From a quiet mansion to an underground network of horror, now the world is asking, behind the spotlight, who is Diddy really? A cultural icon, or the architect of a machine so dark that America has chosen to ignore it for decades? Immediately sealed and transported to the Digital Forensics Center at Quantico, the evidence was just the beginning. Agents pressing further into the mansion discovered $320,000 in cash stashed in sneaker boxes, Chanel handbags, and even a Rolex watch case. A second hidden safe revealed 11 luxury watches, one of which, a diamond-encrusted timepiece valued at over $220,000, had been reported stolen in a 2021 Hollywood Hills heist. More chilling was the jewelry cache matching LAPD descriptions from a wave of elite thefts across the entertainment world between 2019 and 2022, but it wasn't just valuables hidden in the shadows. Among the documents recovered was a private jet lease agreement, an 18-month deal signed by Janice Combs yet funded by an arts organization based in Qatar. A preliminary financial audit revealed over $3.8 million had been funneled into Bad Boy Entertainment subsidiaries under the guise of youth performance programs. Dr. Jordan Kessler, a behavioral criminologist from the U.S. Institute of Legal and Child Studies, reviewed portions of the case and concluded, "If this is real, and all signs point to it being very real, this isn't just scandalous. It's the blueprint of a transnational criminal enterprise weaponizing art to mask the abuse and exploitation of minors." The entire basement was locked down. FBI insiders confirmed it could take weeks to decrypt the drives and reconstruct the contents of thousands of sensitive documents. But one thing was clear: what had been uncovered within the quiet mansion had irrevocably shifted the investigation's course. Focus swiftly turned to those closest to Diddy. The first was Janice Combs, his biological mother and the mansion's legal owner. Calm and composed as she was escorted out post-raid, her silence became deafening. Her legal team claimed ignorance, but neighbors began speaking up. One man recalled late-night flickering lights from beneath the house. Another remembered mysterious, black-tinted vehicles arriving between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m., cars driven by strangers who didn't look like guests or staff. Once viewed as a figure of maternal pride, Janice's silence now cast suspicion. Was she clueless, or had age and a gentle exterior made her the perfect cover? Then came Justin Combs, Diddy's eldest son. Just 2 hours after the FBI cleared the premises, phone records showed he contacted the family's lawyer. Even more alarming, an insider at Diddy's media company revealed that Justin wiped his entire personal cloud storage that same morning, a move experts say only happens when someone anticipates public exposure. Known for his clean, scandal-free image, Justin had always seemed the model son. But one FBI source noted, sometimes, the cleanest image is just a better mask. Other familiar names surfaced. Usher, the Grammy-winning star and longtime collaborator, was summoned after his name appeared on a 2019 party invite linked to the mansion. Though no direct evidence ties him to any crime, the timing raised eyebrows. Ray J, another frequent partygoer, denied involvement, but photos pulled from hard drives placed him at a 2021 event. A picture isn't a conviction, one agent said, but no one is above questioning. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend of nearly a decade, also returned to the spotlight. Though absent from his recent life, several digital images showed her attending events at the mansion and affiliated locations. Her role remains uncertain. Was she a bystander, a victim, or something more? The FBI is said to be considering her as a potential key witness, one who could expose layers of the operation still hidden, and then, a shadow from within stepped forward. A former bodyguard known only by the codename Red Echo contacted authorities. His chilling testimony read, "I guarded that house night after night. It wasn't a home, it was a drop site, a hiding place for things the public should never see." Red Echo, who worked for Diddy for nearly 7 years, reportedly held intricate knowledge of celebrity visits and secret dealings at the estate. He is now under federal witness protection. As the facade of celebrity peeled away, name by name, the truth began to emerge, not of one man's sins, but of a sprawling web of power, silence, and systemic corruption that had remained untouchable for years. This was never just about one man. What made it thrive, what made it impenetrable, was the machinery behind it, a carefully constructed ecosystem fueled by power, shrouded in silence, and protected by celebrity. But now, the armor has cracked. And for the first time, the public is refusing to look away. As the FBI unraveled the layers, it became terrifyingly clear, this wasn't a collection of isolated incidents, it was a system. Every detail, every encrypted file, every suspicious document fit together with unnerving precision. The operation wasn't random, it was hierarchical, procedural, and chillingly methodical. No longer treated as a case of individual wrongdoing, the investigation evolved into the dismantling of what agents now compare to a modern-day mafia. One camouflaged beneath the glitter of entertainment and youth empowerment. IT began with the parties, not the glamorous Hollywood events we're used to seeing, but secretive gatherings, unknown to the public, held at undisclosed locations. These events required alphanumeric codes to enter, codes that matched extensive profiles detailing guest lists, transport arrangements, timing, and contingency plans in case of exposure. More disturbing was the internal stratification. At the top, VIPs, investors, music execs, and political figures. In the middle, organizers, Diddy's trusted circle, and at the bottom, the young so-called opening performers, minors with no contracts, no guardians, no protections. These weren't chance attendees, they were recruited. The pipeline began with the Tanya R Foundation, a nonprofit established 5 years ago, allegedly to uplift minority youth through the arts. But no performances were ever held. No outreach documented. Funded by anonymous donors, the organization acted as a front, funneling vulnerable children into the system. The woman listed as its executive, Tanya R., vanished within days of the FBI raid, now the prime suspect in the recruitment mechanism disguised as private casting. The trail didn't stop at U.S. borders. Records revealed foreign wires, some from the Middle East, others from the Caribbean, labeled as funding for international youth arts programs. But these payments funneled into shell corporations tied to Diddy's associates, raising alarms of a potential cross-border human trafficking network cloaked in culture and talent development. One of the most disturbing facets was the operation's ability to shield itself from scrutiny. For nearly 2 decades, Diddy stood as a cultural icon, symbolizing Black success, resilience, and entrepreneurship. His public persona was bulletproof. Anyone who dared challenge him without equal fame was quickly buried under waves of fan support. Multiple lawsuits, once dismissed as frivolous or opportunistic, are now being re-examined with fresh urgency by the FBI. Perhaps the warning signs were always there, but no one listened. Even worse, this wasn't just about fame, it was about control. Many young collaborators were offered record deals, seed money for businesses, or exclusive contracts. What appeared as mentorship often turned into a golden cage. As one investigator noted, when your career depends on one man, silence becomes your only defense. Evidence also suggests high-level involvement beyond the entertainment sphere. Unconfirmed but reliable sources say at least a dozen names from finance and politics appear in the FBI's sealed files, individuals whose exposure could shake Capitol Hill. This isn't a scandal. It's a revelation, a chilling tapestry of recruitment, manipulation, media control, and global funding, all hidden beneath the seductive glow of fame. And at its center, Diddy, once the prodigy turned mogul, is now being examined not just as a man, but as the architect of a network built on exploitation and silence. And yet, this isn't new. His past is now being reinterpreted in a sinister light. From the infamous 1999 nightclub shooting, where he was arrested with an illegal weapon while dating Jennifer Lopez, to other events that were long swept aside as bad luck or media spin, the puzzle pieces are being reassembled. One thing is becoming disturbingly clear. Maybe someone tried to sound the alarm before, but this time, the world is listening. What began as a media circus quickly collapsed into eerie silence. Witnesses retracted their statements, evidence mysteriously vanished, and Diddy walked free. The spotlight shifted to Jennifer Lopez's iconic green dress at the Grammys, burying what could have been a damning case under glitter and headlines. But today, that forgotten night resurfaces with a vengeance. A once-dismissed FBI report reveals a car registered to one of Diddy's companies fled the scene of the 1999 shooting 20 minutes early, carrying a bag of metallic objects. Previously ignored, it is now reopened as a crucial link in a much darker puzzle. Even more chilling was the 2018 death of Kim Porter, model, actress, and mother to 3 of Diddy's children. Ruled as pneumonia-induced respiratory failure, her death triggered no further inquiry. Diddy gave a grand funeral, mourned publicly, and the world moved on. But behind the scenes, Kim had been preparing for a legal storm, reopening custody documents, amending asset clauses and old contracts. And then, days later, she was dead. A friend revealed Kim had told her, "I can't stay silent forever." The silence, it seems, was enforced. In recent years, a wave of lawsuits emerged. From 2023 to 2024, women and former collaborators came forward, describing a world of coercion, mind games, and veiled abuse. Among them was Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend of nearly a decade, who detailed years of psychological control, threats, and entrapment. Though the case was swiftly settled, many believed Cassie had been paid into silence. Now, her name appears in documents from the hidden basement. Fact or manipulation, no one knows for sure. One former dancer described exclusive parties where stars, businessmen, and political names mingled under strict silence. Everyone knew something was wrong, she said. But if you stayed long enough, you learned the rules: play along or vanish. Other lawsuits, filed in New York and California, were dismissed for lack of evidence. But today, that absence looks more like erasure. Did the truth once exist, only to be bought, buried, or wiped clean by influence? A veteran journalist put it plainly: some people shine under the spotlight while pulling the strings from the shadows. Diddy might be one of them. And that mansion? That was where the web began to unravel. The FBI agrees. As agents decrypt mountains of files from Janice Combs's estate, a deeper, more frightening architecture is emerging, not of scattered crimes, but a calculated machine. 5 active hypotheses are now driving the investigation. The first, that the Beverly Hills mansion was not a hideout, but a nerve center for a global trafficking network. From archived data and encrypted drives to coordinated events and risk assessments, the setup was far too sophisticated for a single man. This wasn't sloppiness, one agent said. This was design. And then the real question, was Diddy the mastermind, or merely the icon fronting a deeper, darker power? Emails between Diddy and a mysterious figure known only as SB reveal a strange power dynamic. The tone is submissive, deferential. Who is SB? Who gives orders to a man with an empire? Another unsettling theory centers around Janice Combs herself. Publicly known as a quiet, proud mother, her serene image may have been the perfect disguise. She owned the house. She hired private security without Diddy's signature. Some of those guards quietly left the U.S. just weeks before the raid. Were they just protecting the home, or managing what lay beneath it? And the reach doesn't end there. FBI documents now point to at least one other operational site, possibly in Miami or New York, where the group was moved. Quiet audits of Diddy's real estate and associated nonprofits are now underway. Simultaneously, investigators are combing through correspondence hinting at deeper connections. Politicians, financiers, media executives. One coded message read, "Ensure the media group remains under control. Confirm Mr. A is still aligned. The gift has been sent." Who is Mr. A, and what gift was enough to keep an empire silent? Analysts warn, if confirmed, this could be the largest entertainment-linked scandal in U.S. history, surpassing even Epstein. Because this isn't just personal abuse. It's systemic. It's industrial. And most terrifying, it may have run for over 15 years, either undetected or deliberately ignored. Diddy now faces potential charges including operating a criminal enterprise, child exploitation, money laundering, and witness tampering. But federal prosecutors are building carefully, only moving forward when every piece can withstand courtroom fire. In the meantime, the FBI has opened a hotline for victims. In just 48 hours, over 70 calls flooded in, and now comes the most horrifying possibility of all. If such a system truly exists, if the basement was just the tip of the iceberg, then Diddy isn't the end, he's only the beginning. Right after news of the FBI raid on Diddy's mother's mansion broke, public outrage erupted with a unified voice demanding justice. Unlike previous celebrity scandals that often divided opinion, this time the reaction was nearly unanimous: shock, anger, and a call for truth. Former collaborators quickly distanced themselves, and fans began re-examining past red flags, secretive parties, withdrawn lawsuits, and cryptic accusations that were once ignored. Diddy's legal team denied all allegations, calling it a smear campaign. However, the encrypted basement, seized materials, and mounting evidence suggest something far more sinister: a highly organized network that extends beyond Diddy himself, potentially touching music, politics, media, and charity sectors. The question is no longer is Diddy guilty, but rather how many other systems like this are hiding in plain sight. The investigation is ongoing. Many devices remain encrypted, and the full list of individuals involved has yet to be released. But one truth is clear: Diddy's public image has shattered, not by media spin, but by facts. And this could be the moment when the American entertainment industry is finally forced to confront its darkest underbelly. Backhand index pointing right. If you want to keep up with every shocking development in this unfolding case, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The truth is being uncovered, and you'll be there to witness it all.